all automakers make cheap transportation appliances for people who don't care anything about vehicles. And that brings me to the Hyundai Venue. This is a little SUV designed entirely for people that just want something that's practical and affordable. I'm calling it the Sealy Posturepedic of cars, and not because it makes me yawn, but because it really is a workmanlike effort at a very low price. We're talking about the wagon version of the teeny tiny Hyundai Accent subcompact. This one with 4 doors, an egg crate grille in front, and plenty of room inside. This is a tall runabout with a small footprint that has more cabin space than its main rivals. The Venue fits in tight spaces as well or better than any in this segment. But it's an unremarkable design. I mean, the stylists point to the big wheel arches and this shark fin C-pillar. Honestly, such claims smack of desperation. The Venue doesn't boast a horsepower or anything sexy, really. But Hyundai does tout an 8-inch touchscreen and an infotainment system that is Apple CarPlay and Android Auto compatible. There's also a very good warranty and a lot of safety gear. The Venue, by the way, is the smallest and the cheapest of the 7 SUVs in Hyundai's lineup. Cheap? 17 large to start, topping out at just over 22 Gs. You can spread out 5 people in the cabin, and the roofline is high enough for the tall and ungainly. The cargo area in back seems designed for IKEA loading. The seats fold and all that, as you would expect, and you can cram a lot of stuff back there. A selling point I will mention is paint. This is a very good paint job, and it's called, I think this color is called Scarlet Red Pearl. You can also get it in galactic gray or green apple and a bunch of other colors. I wouldn't recommend green apple. It looks a bit like something you'd find in a diaper. The only engine available, well, how do I put this? Well, it's thrifty. It's a thrifty little 4-banger. I mean, output is a paltry 121 horsepower. Hyundai offers a manual gearbox, which is very unusual these days in any car segment. But almost everyone will get the lawnmower-like CVT tranny. In terms of driving dynamics, what I don't like about the Venue is the torque steer. Now, I haven't used the word torque steer in years because most car makers have engineered suspensions to manage this and added electronic controls to minimize torque steer. So what happens here in the Venue is, well, when you goose the throttle, the steering wheel jumps about in your hands. I could tell you all about uneven half shafts and all sorts of things like that with front-wheel drivers, but you'd be bored. The bottom line, the suspension engineering here needs some work. Although, well, look, I think the typical Venue owner is never going to goose the throttle or go fast enough to notice all the road noise, the wind noise at higher speeds. The typical Venue buyer is, what Hyundai tells us, is going to often be a young woman buying her first vehicle, a young professional, maybe a creative type, or a couple of old people who are downsizing from, say, a Hyundai Tucson, and they need room, they need room for the grandkids, which they take care of 2 or 3 times a week. Personally, I think this is a car my dad would absolutely love. He'd be 96 now if he were still alive, but I think he'd really like it. And he'd really, really appreciate the standard air conditioning in the hot and sweaty summer months. The Venue's ride height is perfect for geriatric entries and exits. That is just perfect. The hip point is perfect, perfect, perfect. My dad, if he were still alive, would like the thick steering wheel. It's available with heating. And this dandy shift knob too. It's easy to grip and easy to manage. The slapped-on touchscreen has big graphics, which are just what you need if your eyesight is not the best. The big knobs to control the climate system in the Drive Select mode are ideal for anyone with less than what you'd call perfect motor control, fine motor control. Drive Select. It allows you to dial up snow mode, which in winter lets the car apportion torque automatically to the front wheels to maximize grip. The old man would like that. I wish he were here. We'd both like that, and I think he'd appreciate the car too. all automakers make. Hyundai is no. You can also get it in Galactic Drive Select. Hyundai's given you the available, which allows you to, does tout an 8-inch touch. Apple, the Venue doesn't boast about allow you to get away, and he might even like this car.